Welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. I will be guiding you on this journey today. We'll see how this goes. This is a reading for the 3/6 Human Design profile. If you don't know what your profile is, there's a link in my description below for you to get your Human Design body graph, and your profile will be listed on there. Even if you know nothing about Human Design, this message is still for you. I mean, these videos aren't meant to be like a lesson. I don't know. I just totally lost my train of thought. That's how it's been going this morning. I woke up at like 1:30 and I'm like, something feels weird. First of all, it was weird to wake up at 1:30. That was weird. But just the vibe felt off. And then I fell back asleep until like 4-ish and woke up again. And I'm like, still feels weird. I can't, it's not like good or bad, just weird. That's too many cards. And I couldn't fall back to sleep. So I ended up just like laying in bed until 5:30. And I don't know, it just hasn't gotten any better. So I don't know. I hope your day is going well whenever this message reaches you. And let's get you an oracle card, and then of course we'll get your tarot out. The Ladybug and Sweet Pea, happiness. Ladybugs are my favorite. I just love them. Let's get your tarot out, and then of course we'll read about the oracle card. We have the King of Wands, the Knight of Swords, Five of Swords, Strength, and the Nine of Swords. Interesting. Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I just did the 4-1 reading, and the Strength card came out in exactly the same position. But it was paired with the Ace of Swords. Interestingly enough. Is that... Let me check. Okay. That'll do. That'll do for what we're doing. Oh, and I opened the book right to the page. It says, symbols of good luck and fortune. Ladybugs are wonderful insects known to keep garden pests like aphids at bay. The sweet pea is a beautiful scented climber. In the Victorian era, sweet peas were given to thank hosts for a lovely time. Combined, the ladybug and sweet pea represents ease and happiness. Upright, you are entering a period of happiness, positivity, and good luck. Celebrate your joy by sharing it with others. Reversed, beware of taking on too much. You may feel you have things under control, but the balance is delicate. Honor your limits and preserve a happy outlook. It almost kind of feels like this, the King of Wands and the Five of Swords energy a little bit, because kings are the highest expression of the suit, right? So they're leaders. They're the ones that people look up to for guidance, for resources even. And wands are about the actions that we take, the motivation behind the actions that we take. I also see wands as being information by way of experience, because that's what we get by trying things, right? We get experience. We figure out what works. It's also, wisdom. I feel like that's very third liney, and especially very 3/6 to be the King of Wands, because to get into a position of being the King of Wands, you have tried a lot of different things. You have a lot of wisdom by way of, I know that this works because this didn't, and that didn't, and that didn't, and this didn't. But this is the way that I feel, it works best for me based on my experience. Even, the King of Wands is the entrepreneur of the tarot deck also, because they have to have that creative freedom. You're not really going to tell a King of Wands like what to do. Very kind of Sagittarian. Like, have you ever tried to tell a Sagittarius what to do? Yeah, right. It's not gonna work, I love even, like this flame aspect. It, like, the flame represents our passion, our desires, our creativity, and it's paired with the Five of Swords. Swords have to do with our mind, how we think about things, how we perceive things, our mental state, our mindset. It's also our belief systems, ego, truth, honesty, but like divine, objective truth. And, you know, the Five of Swords, I usually see it as being a battle of wits, because there's usually more than one person on the Five of Swords. So it does talk about conflict. And, you know, even trying to like outsmart somebody in some capacity. It's like there's winners and there's losers on the Five of Swords. And you could be any one of those people, but how are you reacting to being a winner or being a loser? It's interesting that there's this one sword here, which, you know, it feels like this is the Ace of Swords and this is the Four of Swords down here, because of course there's one here, there's four here. Okay, I mean, very literal. Very literal interpretation going on here. But the Ace of Swords talks about new ideas, new perspectives. It's discovering, you know, a new truth or honoring a new truth within yourself or within the situation. The Four of Swords generally talks about rest, giving yourself a break, letting your mind relax, calm down. It's meditation, right? Instead of like just kind of constantly being on the hamster wheel in your head or doing those mental gymnastics, it's like, bro, chill. So that very much can be what is happening in some capacity, especially, I mean, like with this Ladybug and Sweet Pea, like there's something about like, if you are foreboding joy, right? Like that's like one of the things that I just remember about Brene Brown. I can't remember what book, is it Daring Greatly, or like where she talks about foreboding joy, but it's just, it's like that always waiting for the other shoe to drop, or not allowing yourself to fully be happy or to feel satisfied or to feel successful or to feel at peace, or, you know, because you're like worried about the next thing, or you're somehow worried about like jinxing something, or you know what I mean? Like that's just kind of the feeling that I'm getting from it. It's like honor where you are. Really embrace this King of Wands energy. Allow yourself to see the truth in it, and give your mind kind of a rest. Like allow those, you know, intrusive thoughts, or you know, the ones that just kind of keeping you down. Allow those maybe to rest, which is kind of an interesting route that we just took there. But if there are other people involved here with this Five of Swords, it is very much about like, please remember that you are the authority in your life, especially, you know, with starting with the King of Wands. Remember what you are passionate about. Remember, you know, the things that you have learned, the you know, with the third line, with the sixth line. Remember that even whatever the situation is, if there is some level of conflict with other people, also even remembering that is information for you. And then we have the Keeper of Swords, or the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is like the fastest moving knight. A bit, you know, impulsive. This is, you know, it's putting a new idea into practice, testing it out, going for it. But even in this card, you know, I'm going with it. If it's coming up, I'm going with it. You know, there's two swords in this card, and they're crossed, right? Which the Two of Swords, like in the card Two of Swords, the swords are also usually crossed, and it does talk about indecision, analysis paralysis. not knowing which way to go, or a bit of like FOMO too, fear, because usually like if we're stuck on a decision, then it's usually because of fear. Like we're afraid of making the wrong decision, which there just is no such thing. We're stuck in all of the what ifs, and honestly there's no such thing as what ifs either, because what if everything? Like that there's just, all it is fear, and it would be addressing whatever that fear is. And especially too, because in this card there's this key, butterfly key. I don't know why it just like kept like cycling around in my head. Butterfly key, butterfly key, butterfly key. Okay, I don't know if is that a thing? I don't know. So there could just be like some stop and go, stop and start, like kind of, I kind of keep getting this image throughout this whole entire reading. I've had my eyes closed also, which is interesting. Every time I go to open my eyes to like look at a card, I'm just like, I'm like, no. And I close them again. So it's a good thing you can't see me, because that'd be weird, wouldn't it? But yeah, there's this like stop and go. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was getting this image of like somebody learning to drive a manual vehicle. And, like it like keeps stalling. So you're moving forward, but it's very like choppy. And it's also, it's kind of like that because there's a lack of confidence in your ability. It's like, learning, of course, just something new. And even like I said, with the Knight of Swords, it is putting a practice, or putting an idea into practice, putting a belief into practice, seeing if it holds water. It is maybe even being a little bit impulsive. And it's paired with the Strength card. And this, it's probably because it's, stark white against the tan and black on the card. So the contrast is there. But I keep like focusing on this crystal that's at the third eye. And there's that saying that I have three eyes, two to look, one to see. And, the third eye is about intuition, clairvoyance, looking to the future, being able to see through the BS and only see what is true, which is swords. Like it's the Ace of Swords, because again, like swords also represent truth and honesty, like divine truth. And that is being able to see through the ego, the BS, the fear, even because fear is BS. And Strength card talks about adaptability, resilience, determination. It's more, like that inner strength. This is the card of Leo. Also, we are in Leo season, so this whole thing could be unfolding for you, of course, during this time. And this is the year of 8, like 2024 breaks down or simplifies down to an 8, right? So it could just be a significant overall year for you, as I'm sure it is for just a lot of people. But also even how this particular Strength card, there's this calmness to it though, because even it takes strength to be patient. It takes strength to be still. It takes strength to even, make a decision, to push past fear. Even, to see the truth of a thing about yourself or about other people or whatever the case may be. But it just feels like in this particular Strength card, the emphasis is on your third eye. And even just trusting that. I mean, it could, of course, be strategy and authority, since we are talking human design. Trusting that, because sometimes that shit doesn't make sense. Or it doesn't make sense because we're scared. that fear starts kind of creeping in. So if your strategy and authority is a yes, honor that. We have the death card, which is Scorpio. Anytime a death card comes up, I always say every new beginning disguises itself as an end. Because truly, there's two aspects to the death card, and both of them are equally important. Something has to end. There's something that the energy of the thing has been fulfilled. Whether that's a relationship, and that could be romantic, platonic, business, whether it's a thought pattern, a behavior pattern, whatever it is, the energy of the thing has been fulfilled. And as humans, we have the habit of continuing on with something or interacting with or being involved in situations where the energy is just not there anymore. We probably know that. We can feel it. But we don't allow ourselves to exit because of fear, again. So, one aspect of the death card is that something has to end in order for something new to begin. And I think, again, it's like one of those things where, like, we're afraid to let go of something because we don't trust that there is going to be something better to replace it. And we're just going to be, sitting there lacking. No, that's not how that works. But it does take bravery and strength to honor that, because the death card is about rebirth. There's the whole phoenix thing, right? Like it dissolves into ashes so that it can be reborn. It has to do that in order for the rebirth process to even occur. And it's like, even I just got the feeling of like, trusting that the sun is going to come up. We have no evidence of that. We just assume, even breathing, right? We trust that the next breath is going to come. Even, this pathway here, honoring your path. What could be ending too is that hamster wheel, the mental gymnastics. The 9 of Swords talks about fear and anxiety and that FOMO that I was talking about. And, the thoughts that just like the analysis paralysis that I also mentioned. 9s are individual completion. So this very much has to do with you, not other people, but it's your mindset and your perception of things, that the energy is available for you to see things from a new perspective, to release doubt and fear, trust yourself, trust the process. Even the 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck and the Sun card behind it. Come on, Sun. The 6 of Wands behind that. Justice. I just wanted to see what that card was. 6 of Swords is literally a shift of mindset. We have this bridge here. It's like literally allowing yourself to cross a bridge metaphorically, but like get there. Like if you're holding yourself back, if you're thinking that this type of mindset is helping you, it's not, So truly, like the 6 of Swords talks about leaving behind choppy waters and moving towards more peaceful, calm waters. Like, traditionally on the depiction of the 6 of Swords are in a boat and they're leaving, choppy water, going to peaceful water. Even the water aspect, like with it tied to emotions, and how, of course, too, like our mind and heart connection. And then the Sun card is like everything good. It's joy, it's bliss. There's even, the sun is in the death card. It looks like, it could be the moon, but I think it's the sun because it's daytime. Happiness, like with the Ladybug and Sweet Pea we're talking about. But it's a decision, like it's a mental decision for you to make. And not to just be like, not that like toxic positivity thing, but just instead of, and I'm saying this from a place of understanding, because it's literally a decision that I myself have to make every single day. And I have been working on every single day for the last, I'm not even going to tell you how long, because it's been a while. But it is consciously making a decision to think better about yourself, to think better about your life, to think better about the prospects, the perspective. And it is literally choosing to do that 10,000 times a day until it becomes, and it will become, habitual. I didn't even mention the Six of Wands is victory, success, recognition. All these cards are good. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.